Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for having me. Thank you to Ranking Member Smith for the invite. It's good to see everybody. It's good to see the Majority Leader. Haven't seen him in a while, as well as a lot of the old colleagues. It's hard to imagine that I think 5 years ago today, I was still one of your colleagues. I didn't realize it was the anniversary. Listen, I'm not going to read my opening statement. I'm going to say just a couple of things and we can start the hearing. I was talking yesterday with Jeb Henseling, who all of you know, or most of you know, wrote a great op-ed in the Wall Street Journal back in September on this very topic. And he and I were trying to figure out the right analogy. Was the debt ceiling, was it a smoke alarm in your house? Is it the check engine light in your car? Something that reminds you from time to time to go look at something. And then Dr. Shiner said something that I actually agree with, which is that wouldn't it be great if we could actually, deal with our debt and our deficit situation directly? Yeah, it would be. And that's what made me think of a different analogy, which is the debt ceiling is really that buzzer that goes off when your battery is busted in your smoke alarm. It always goes off at an inconvenient time. It's always a pain to change it, but you always do it. It's not easy. You got to get on a ladder at 2 o'clock in the morning, but you do it because you know it's the right thing to do. And you do it so that you know that 6 months later, God forbid, you have a fire in your house, you know that the tool works. That's what the debt ceiling is. I was listening to folks. I read all the materials from the other witnesses, some very, very smart people, some really good points made. Hope we get a chance to talk about a lot of them. But it seems like one of the overriding themes here is that you want to get rid of it because it's hard. It's messy. It's a distraction. Okay, yeah, it probably is. So is passing a budget. That's not easy. By the way, I've been involved with several budgets. I was heavily involved in the 2017 debt ceiling increase when President Trump was how hard they are. You all know I know how hard they are and how messy they are and how partisan they are. Budgets are the same way. Appropes are the same way. Congress hasn't passed all 12 appropriations bills since 1996. Just because it's hard, does that mean we want to stop doing it? I think no one ran on a campaign slogan that said, send me to Washington so I don't have to do anything hard, so I don't have to take any messy votes, so that I don't actually have to make any hard decisions. Ask yourself this: how often would you as members of Congress be talking about the debt and the deficit if not for the debt ceiling? I can't remember it ever coming up on the floor of the House when we were there outside of that. Yeah, we talked about it during some of the appropriations markups and so forth, but generally speaking, it never came to the forefront. That's what this debt ceiling does, and I happen to think it does it well. Ask yourself this question: would Congress be more or less likely to be prudent with how they manage their taxpayer dollars with or without the rule? Ask yourself this: would our debt situation be better or worse if we didn't have the bill? Yes, we've not fixed it. And yes, the long-term trends are very bad. But would it be better or worse if we had not had the debt ceiling rules available to us? The bottom line, I think, is this: the rule's not broken. The rule's not broken. The rule does exactly what it is supposed to do. It forces us to have a discussion that we otherwise would not have, and from time to time allows us to pass legislation that we otherwise would not pass. The debt ceiling gave us Graham-Rudman-Hollings. The debt ceiling gave us the Omnibus Act in 1991, which led to a balanced budget by the end of that decade. The debt ceiling gave us the Budget Control Act of 2011. Were these fixes, permanent fixes to our deficits and our debts? No, they absolutely weren't. In fact, we voted as a body to undo a lot of those things as we moved forward. But we never would have had those without the debt ceiling. The rules are not broken. Congress is broken. And the reason it's so hard to do this, it doesn't have to be hyperbolic. There's nothing in the rule that says this has to be divisive and hyperbolic and brinksmanship. That's not in the rule. That's how you as it. That's how we addressed it as a body when I was there. The rule is not broken. Congress is not broken. Excuse me. Congress is what's broken. And I think what we should be spending our time on is fixing that. And then you fix that, you get a chance to fix the debt ceiling, get a chance to fix the appropriations process, get a chance to fix the budget process. And by doing that, you get better fiscal outcomes. So I hope we get a chance to talk all about that again today. And I really appreciate the chance to be here. It's great to see so many friends and colleagues. And thank you for your time.